This routine is all about nourishing your spine so that it feels more supple and mobile. To begin with, we're going to come so we're sitting cross-legged on the floor. Now this is uncomfortable because of knee, ankle or hip problems. You can put yourself onto a couple of cushions just to lift your hips a little bit higher and have your feet further away. So start by being comfortable and then allow yourself to drop down. What we're focusing on is our upper torso to begin with, so your legs can be wherever they're comfortable. So think of just taking a really big deep breath in, lifting your shoulders all the way up and peeling them right down away from your ears. Take a few moments to close your eyes. We're going to focus on our breathing to start. So think of breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. See if you can breathe into your belly. When we breathe really high into our chest, it activates our sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight or flight, where we become stressed and anxious and short of breath. So in these practices, you want to focus on allowing your breath to become deep into your belly, letting the shoulders drop, the ribs drop, and feeling that breath come in through your nose and out through your nose. Think of filling your belly with 2/3 of your breath and 1/3 through your rib cage and chest. Think of your inhale as a warm, energizing breath, and your exhale as a tension releasing breath. I'm going to start with some gentle neck stretches. Just let your eyes open up. Allow your head to drop over to one side and feel a nice pull through the side of your neck. As you do that, you really want to anchor your shoulder down and draw your shoulder down to the ground as you take your neck away. Then lift up tall through your spine and let yourself drop over to the other side, getting that gentle stretch through your neck. Dropping the shoulder, it's like a little tug of war. As you drop the head to the side, you draw the shoulder down. And come up, lift tall, and then across. Lift up, and over. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So let one hand come down to the ground, reach across and add in that stretch to the side this time, and you can let your head drop down, but now we're going to get a stretch all the way through the side of the body. So you want to anchor your seat bones as you lift up through the ribs. Think of finding space from your hip, pulling the rib away as you lean over to the side, and you can take your eyes down to the ground, just get that gentle pull through the side. We're going to sweep our whole spine forward and we're going to come over to the other side. So anchor both seat bones, lift the ribs away from the hips and take the eyes down and feel that stretch through the side of the body. Sweep all the way forward and over to the other side. You may find one side's a little longer than the other, and that's perfectly normal. However, our goal is to create our body that's more aligned and that has symmetry, just like we're trying to do with our horses. So by working on this, we're helping to balance the body out while working on our suppleness and our mobility so that we can move with the horse. So really lift the rib away from the hips, but really anchor the hips to the ground and get that gentle tug of war. So one more each side. then over to the other way. Draw forward and out. Come back to the middle, bring your hands onto your knees. We're going to draw some big circles with our spine. So think of drawing your chest forward, coming around and coming up to the top. So think of coming forward with the chest, curl around. When you come around to the back, really round your lower back out and then lift up. Come forward. So we're really trying to get a full circle happening with our spine. So think of drawing forward, come around, round out and then lift up. Curl around and then lift up tall. Let's go 2 more this way. And then lift up. Beautiful. And the other way. So we come forward, a big circle. And up. Use your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more. And up. Come back to the middle again. From here we're going to work on our shoulders and our upper body posture. So think of lifting your shoulders right up towards your ears. Then draw your shoulders right back. So think of drawing your shoulders as far away as possible. Then drop them down and then bring them forward. So think of up, back, down and forward. Try and make it bigger. Up, back, down and forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Drop and lower and up. Back, down and forward. Last one. Down and forward. Now can you find that middle ground where you want to have your shoulders for that good posture? So when we're riding, you want to have your shoulders up, back and down. So think of drawing your armpits down to the ground. Think of drawing your elbows down to the ground. But then draw your chest up and put a smile across your collarbones. So that's your neutral position with your shoulders and your upper body. And of course you don't want to have your head forward. You want to draw your head back so you're nice and long through your spine. We're going to work on that posture through our upper back by bringing ourselves down to the ground now. So roll around so you're on your belly. Ground your feet onto the floor. We're going to draw our shoulders up, back and down. From there, lengthen the back of your neck. Plant your feet down on the floor and now lift your hands up by your ears. Squeeze your bottom to protect your lower back. We're going to draw our hands forward and we're going to squeeze our shoulders back to really bring that strength through the upper back. As you draw the shoulders back, lengthen the back of the neck and tuck the chin. We're going to do 10 here. So draw back and in, back and in. Keep your hands right up by your ears. Lift the chest. Breathe. Four more. 3, 2, and last one. From there, take your hands wide, turn your thumbs out to the side and rest your head down on the ground. Now you want to have your elbow in line with your eyes, and that's the same on both sides. So turn your thumb up, plant your head, plant your chest. We're going to lift our thumbs up to the sky. Again, working through the upper back, working our rhomboids that help pull our shoulder blades together. So lift the thumbs up. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your eyes over to the other side, same thing. Keeping the chest on the ground, keeping the head down, thumbs up, and go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring your hands down by your shoulders again. Tuck your toes under, tuck your knees under, and lift yourself all the way up to down dog. Think of really bending your knees to start with and drawing your heels down to the ground. So as much knee bend as you need to allow that to happen, and then think of drawing your chest towards your thighs to really open up underneath your armpits and flatten your back. Now if you can, in that position, just think of drawing your heels a little further down, straighten the legs just a touch more. We're going to breathe in, travel forward, exhale, lower, and then bring yourself up into up dog. So option here with your up dog is just to have your elbows on the ground, draw your chest forward and lift the eyes, lift the head and keep the eyes down. And if you want, with down dog, if it's too much in down dog, you can just be back here in child's pose. So we're going to lift ourselves up. Find your down dog, slide yourself forward, exhale, lower, and then bring yourself up and really open through the chest. Draw the shoulders back, squeeze the bottom, and just feel that work through the spine and open the front of the body. We're going to do 2 more, so tuck the toes under, lift up, travel forward, exhale, lower, breathe in and up. And 1 more, all the way back, forward, lower and up. We'll tuck your knees under, bring yourself back into child's pose. Just get a nice stretch through the back here. We're going to open up the upper back. So coming onto all fours, bring your hand by your ear. We're going to twist and open up through the spine, and then let that elbow come down to the ground, and then open back up again. So try not to twist your hips. You want to keep your hips nice and square as you open and you're twisting the upper part of your spine. And then come down, then inhale and open. Drop down, inhale and open. Three more. Last one. Other side. Open and drop. Again, you'll feel one side feels much more supple than the other. And the goal as a dressage rider is to have that good posture and good alignment, not just for that pretty picture, but for prevention of injury and so that you can move freely with the horse. Last one. Beautiful. Come down. Okay, we're going to tuck our toes underneath, step 1 foot forward, and we're going to come around into a Hindu squat. So with this position here, if you find it's too much in a full squat here, you can just have yourself up a little bit higher, but I'll also give you some options as we go through this. So if you do have knee or ankle problems, just watch first and then come into the options. The first thing we're going to do is bring our elbows inside our knees, and we're going to inhale and open up here. So if you want, you can be much higher into this position and just opening up through the hips. Just using your hand on the inside of your knee to really open it up. And then over to the other side. And again back to the start, open up And one more, back to the other side. Okay, we're going to let ourselves come down here. We're going to let our knees drop down to the ground. Then we're going to bring ourselves back up to our squat. So if you need to, you're going to use your hands to lift yourself up. And you're going to use your hands to drop your knees down. You're going to lift up, squat, and then over to the other side. So if that's too much, you can have your knees out here in a 90-degree box, and you just bring your knees over to the other side, having your weight right back into your hands. And then just coming around and over to the other side. What this is helping with us is helping with our internal rotation of our knees, which is really important when we're in the saddle to help our toes come forward. So use your hands for support, lift up and over to the other side. Lift up, use your hands so that you don't clunk down onto the ground, and then lower yourself back down. If you can do this without your hands, that's great. So you might need to have your feet in a little bit closer, and lift up and lower. Lift up and lower. Helps with just one hand behind you, just to help with that lowering down to the ground. Lift up and across. One more. Beautiful. From here, we're going to lift our hips forward and feel a stretch in through the front of our hip here. Getting a stretch in there. If you want, bring your other hand behind you and just lean back and feel that stretch. We're then going to come drop down again. Let the knees go over to the other side. Lift up and then take that foot behind. You can let the toe release to really get that stretch back. I'm going to try it a couple more times on each side. So sit the bottom down first. Use your hands behind you if you need to flip the legs over to the other side. Lift up, tuck the toe behind, and then reach back. And drop down. And up. One more on each side. And last one. Well, then just bring yourself down. We're going to allow our legs to come out in front of us. Think of sliding your seat bones right back behind you and then allowing yourself to drop forward. Just want to feel a nice wee stretch through our hamstrings here. So to start with, just straighten one leg as you draw yourself forward towards the other side. Think of drawing your lower back down towards those thighs. Then switch sides, straighten the other leg and draw yourself down. Keep your toes pulling back towards you to get that nice pull for all the fascia through the back of the leg. Take it over to the other side, bend that one side, come down. And come back, other side. From here, straighten both legs, reset yourself, slide the seat bones back, and now draw yourself as far forward as you can and get that really yummy stretch through your hamstrings, your lower back. And think of drawing the lower back down towards your thighs. Keep pulling the toes back. Cool, and then just allow yourself to come up and out of that. We're going to roll down onto our back. Gently come down, draw your knees in towards your chest. Do some really nice big circles with your knees. And then take it over to the other side. Beautiful, and just hug the knees in one last time, tuck the chin to the chest, curl in, and then just let yourself find a nice comfortable position for a few moments just to breathe. Allow your thumb to touch your index finger, draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Think of finding that good posture through your upper back. Gently tuck your chin to lengthen the back of the neck. And then just allow your breath to come in and fill your belly. Watch what your breath does to your body as it travels in through your nose. Feel the cool air come in through your nostrils. Feel it expand your rib cage. Fill your belly. Notice how there's this little pause. Then when you exhale, when you reverse all of that, you feel a warm air flow out through your nose. Watch what your breath does as it travels in. And as it travels out. It's like the seamless flow of movement through your body. Natural, subtle, and automatic. And just by bringing your awareness to it, you're able to create a little bit of calm in your mind. You're able to slow your thoughts down. You're able to shift your body's energy. You're able to de-stress. It was just by a couple of big deep breaths. A technique that you can take with you and you can use throughout your day. So often we can live in a really reactive state, carrying around short breaths in a sympathetic state, with our body stressed and overwhelmed, busy being busy. But when you just pause, focus on your breathing, you can quickly bring your body back into a more calm state of mind. And you can learn to respond to situations versus react. So anytime you feel yourself get anxious, overwhelmed, or stressed throughout your day, remember your breathing. Remember this feeling. Just take a couple of big deep breaths in. Breathe out. Stay here for a couple more moments and really find that still, quiet space. And when you're ready, take a big stretch and draw your hands up over your head, tuck your knees in and give your body a really big hug. And gradually bring yourself up to sitting in your own time. Find that calm, quiet space we had. Then find that really good upper body posture. So think of the shoulders up, back and down. So think of drawing your armpits down to the ground, allowing your hands to be relaxed and lengthening the back of the neck. This is the position you're trying to have when you're in the saddle, when you're at your desk, when you're driving a car. That really good upper body position. But at the same time, try not to breathe shallow here. Try and breathe in a more calm state of mind. Hey, I hope you found that useful. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you really soon for another one.